We are all too familiar with the pictures of mangled cars as the numbers of people killed on our roads continues to spiral. A high proportion of those who have lost their lives are under 30. The campaign to highlight the dangers of drinking and driving has had an impact, but large numbers continue to take the chance. One group of young secondary school pupils in Mallow in County Cork decided to put their heads together and try and come up with a practical way of reducing the number of road deaths caused by drink driving. They've designed and distributed beer mats with a message.
Many of them in the class had experience of accidents in their own homes. They were a bit scared at the idea that in less than 12 months some of them will be driving, and they felt that education for pre-drivers was needed. And then when they looked and researched the topic, they discovered that older people needed to be educated as well in relation to drink driving.
The students ran a competition in the school and 15-year-old Marie Kenny came up with the best design.
Basically, it's a simple maths equation, and it's to give you the idea not to drink and drive, that if you are going to drink that you should take a taxi home and you're not supposed to drink and drive.
It was all part of a project the students entered for the Young Social Innovators programme.
Young Social Innovator is a transition year initiative. It was originally started 5 years ago with Sister Stanislaus Kennedy and Rachel Collier, and the idea is that young people in transition year choose a social issue and they actively involve themselves using their bright ideas and initiative to bring about change in society.
The students met with the local taxi drivers to explain their idea.
Well, this is the finished product and we have the message on the front, and if you turn it over we have all the list of all the taxi companies on the back. So basically what we have to do now is we have to get them into the public houses, get them distributed for the bank holiday weekend.
The pub owners in Mallow responded very well to the idea.
They were distributed to all the pubs in town through the kids and the taxis, and we put them out and we're using them while we still have a supply. I think the reaction has been superb. If the project saves one life, it'll prove its worth.
I think it's a fabulous idea, because I was up and called for a number of a taxi, and you have it there in front of you and you can ring it straight away.
I think it's a great idea, and I think it's great that the school children are involved in it, because they can spread the word among their peers as well, and it's making younger people aware of the drinking problem as well.
I think it's a great idea, and fair dues to the girls above in Mallow for coming up with this idea. Hopefully it'll save somebody's life or something one of these nights out there.
The fellow rang me from Clonmel, congratulated us and the girls in the convent for coming up with this idea, because he had been in town the night before, and he being a stranger, he wouldn't have known really how to go about getting a taxi, but he said there it was right under his pint for him, just to pick it up, and the numbers are there,
Some students have lost relatives as a result of traffic accidents. They believe that if the taxi numbers are readily available, people won't drink and drive.
One of the fatalities actually drink driving was involved, and I just it makes you think, if maybe the numbers were there, if maybe the numbers were present at the time, that if they had rang the taxi company, maybe they would have gotten home safe.
I think it's an excellent project. It's a great way to encourage people to leave the car at home and just to get into a taxi and go home without driving and without endangering their own or anyone else's lives.
The girls from St Mary's have focused on the Mallow area, but is this an idea that could spread countrywide?
We hope it will. Really what we need is either regional or national sponsorship for the concept. So if we could get someone who's interested in actually getting behind the safety message here, it could be an insurance company, which seems like an obvious one, but it could be anybody who wants to really help to change the culture in this country in relation to drinking and driving.
The beer mats are out there, so are they having an impact?
Well, from our own statistics here locally, I can say that we think it's having an effect. We are making risk all right for drunken driving, but I think that it is having an effect, and it's an initiative that goes hand in glove with our enforcement policy.
When the girls brought their project to the Young Social Innovators National Showcase in Dublin, their beer mats were the subject of much discussion, and they were singled out for an award highlighting their creative and innovative approach to the issue of road safety. Now it remains to be seen whether the idea will be replicated across the country.